Hey everyone, here's a quick update on the motorized bike. So I changed the frame. I actually found a frame. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. So I basically just transferred all of the motorized components into this new frame. Well, the main reason why I changed it is because one, I actually noticed I had a bent fork. So from that perspective, and also I always wanted to go disc brake, so I did. The frame that I got had the mount points for disc brake, so I didn't have to worry about mocking about with a disc brake adapter. So I went ahead and got a two-in-one sprocket that allows me to mount disc brakes and keep the 36 tooth sprocket all in one. Went ahead, here's what it looks like. Everything mounted. There's my rear caliper, rear rotor. It's a 203 millimeter rotor on the rear. Behind it is a 36 tooth sprocket. I'm using the I'm using the hub disc brake bolts, plus also added a hub adapter for the sprocket as well in the middle, so it's being held by two systems. Here's my chain tensioner, nice and tight, and here's the front disc setup. In the front, I'm using a 180 millimeter rotor, again caliper, and yeah, as far as braking power now, I stop on a dime. I'm pretty happy with this. I've only been riding it for about a day in this configuration. Uh, I'll let you guys know how it runs. I'm pretty happy with the brakes. I think this is now final as far as tweaking is concerned. I think the only thing that still bothers me is this long cable here, which I did clean up some of the other ones, made them shorter. So it's just this one now. But beyond that, everything looks really good, at least to me. I'm happy with it. It's stable. I do want to run it a little bit to make sure that the sprockets or anything doesn't come loose. I did Loctite everything, but you never know on these bikes with all of the vibration. But that's basically it, guys. Just a quick peek. Also, for those that are wondering where did I get this frame, I got this frame also in Walmart. It really looks very similar to this frame. It's just a tad smaller. One of the things that I had to do to compensate was I had very little space for the carburetor, but luckily I had this shorty intake manifold that allowed me to basically still cram it in there and keep it all nice and tight. I actually like this intake manifold better. It's short and it's got a seal gasket inside, so it mitigates for any possible risk of air leaks. As you can see, I'm pretty tight up here. I'm barely touching the post on the top here for the spark plug. So it will be tricky in the future if I have to do any servicing on this spark plug. I will probably have to loosen the motor up and tilt it a little bit just to gain access to the top. Besides that, yeah, I'm pretty happy. It looks good, in my opinion. For those that were commenting at one point about the fuel filter being mounted backwards, I did fix that, and I did make some improvement by adding these clips and just made it a little bit more professional looking, in my opinion. On this side, I still got an updated chain tensioner. I made the chain just big enough where I can switch front sprocket sizes manually if I need to. Right now I have it set on the largest, but still got the single speed in the back. The pedals work great, no jumping off chain. Everything is stable, and yeah. For those wondering, the new frame in Walmart, I ordered it online. It cost about 200 bucks for this frame. I didn't want to throw away any of the old components, so I went ahead and transferred it over to the old frame. Although it has a bent fork, you could hardly tell. But I mean, for manual pedaling, as long as I have everything aligned, I could still use it to just go up and down the block, some exercising. I did remove the front brake because of the bent fork. I didn't want to mess around with dealing with aligning calipers with a bent fork, so just left it with a rear brake. Overall, that bike served its purpose, and I'll probably retire it and get rid of it just to make some space in the garage. I took some of the parts for the calipers from this old frame. So this frame already served its purpose. It's only a 24-inch frame bike, so I don't have a lot of use for it. So this will remain being my primary riding around bike besides the electric one. For those that were wondering, I do have kids, so they also ride with me. I finally got one of them off the training wheels. This is a 1968 swing bike, muscle bike. Those were made illegal at one point in the past due to kids getting hurt. And for those that don't know what a swing bike is, it has this little system here that you can unlock. So the rear and the front pivot on their own axis, so it makes it a really funky trick bike. And that's basically it, guys. This is my hobby. These are the bikes. I do ride motorcycles too. For those that don't know, there's my motorcycle. And these are the bikes. This is my passion. Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Bye.